I have the rare privilege to introduce someone I have known for a very long time. I've known her when she was a financial advisor. In fact, she was our financial advisor for a while. I've watched this, I'm going to say bird, this phoenix, grow and become this powerful eagle. She is just fantastic. She's amazing. She has a reach of 10 million people. Can you even contemplate what that looks like? I mean, that's going around the world several times, right? I did want to tell you some of her credentials because I think they're important to recognize the strength, the power, the genius, the wisdom of the woman I am introducing. She's the founder and owner of Your Purpose-Driven Practice, the creator of the Women's Empowerment Series, which is where you are today, TV show as well, the Speaker Talent Search, which is where I met many of the people in this room, and an international best-selling author multiple times. The silver bag that you have is one of her more recent ones, as well as My Grandmother Legacies, and we'll tell you about 2 new ones that are coming out this year. She's the network director for Voice America's Women's Channel on both radio and television, network's CEO and owner of RHG TV Network, offering transformational programming to a global market. This woman is all over the world. And today she's here with us. And it's my very dear friend that I'd like to introduce now, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If we could stand and give her an ovation, please.
Love it, love it. Well, thank you, Linda.
Welcome.
Can we give a round of applause to our amazing MC? Thank you. Well, I'm really excited to be here. Summer Star is one of my favorite events of the year, but you'll probably hear me say that every event because every event, when I get to be at it with you, becomes my favorite. We get to create a magical experience together that's never been done before. Every time we come together on purpose in this way, there is something here for you. And I think that's exciting. So today, I want you ready to receive, because you're here for a reason and a purpose. And I want you ready to share and shine, because there's a reason you're sitting at the tables you're sitting at. The chance connections that happen to happen during our time together today. I want you to lean in, be willing to be open to everything that's there to receive and to share. Can we do that? To me, that's a way we can shine every single day of our life. That we stop, we pause, and we're willing to connect heart to heart with another in a real space, in a real way, and be and receive. And stand for, be, emanate out those things that matter most to us. And we're going to be talking about that a lot today because that's the theme of today. Summer Star, and I'm talking about those shooting stars. There's movement. Can we embrace that? Okay, good. And we're going to talk about what it means to take center stage of our life. Because just in case no one told you, this isn't a dress rehearsal. This is the main event that we get to step up and fully be in and share and shine our gifts. Sometimes we can get hidden away in a supporting role, supporting others, which I am all for. But that doesn't mean we forget. We don't want to forget to take center stage too, and to share our gifts, to share our talents, to bring forth what we've been given to the world. So I'm going to encourage you to stretch a little bit today in this space that we've created that is safe, supportive, and empowering just for you. Are we game? Yes. Okay, good. Then we're all in the right place. I always like to make sure. Let me run through a few housekeeping things just so we are all on the same page here. You were handed a program and agenda when you registered. So how many of you are list people? Do I have list people? I'm Rebecca Hall Gruyter. I like lists. Okay. So for list people, we tend to really like agendas. We like to know what's going on. We like to check it off. We like to follow along in the program. But we can get a little bit tense if things are off course a little bit. So here's the guidance I want to give you around the agenda. It's organic. Living, breathing. It can ebb and flow this way 5 minutes or so, this way, this other direction 5 minutes or so. So I want you to use it as a guideline. This will be the order that things are taking place. We will give you every break promised, and we will end on time, and you will get lunch. So are we cool? Okay. Good. Also, while we're on our list, people, you have these beautiful folders that I see on your table. I want you to open them. We give them to you with beautiful things in them. Some of our programs, events, we want to be able to keep you up to date on things. And this is a magical tool for our list people in the room. And for our non-list people, I have something for you too, so nobody is being left out. We call this the magic insert form. It has lines, and our list people get really excited about this. If you turn it around on the back, there's lines with dates and check boxes. Because we're going to give you a full day of information. And by the end of the day, we're right with it as the day goes along, but by the end of the day, there's a lot of ground that we've covered, and it can be a little difficult to go back in time and try to remember those things we were going to take action on. So I'm going to encourage you, and a stretch for the non-list people too, to actually put the action you're going to take on this document and a date that you're targeting to do it. And then what really gives the list people a thrill is we love checking things off. So you can check it off once you complete it. But this way you have a summary of the day that you can take with you and you can take actions on. So I encourage you to use this throughout the day. And for those of you who don't know this about list people, if we do something that isn't on the list, that's right, we write it on the list and then we check it off. So, little tip about list people. For our non-list people, we have a beautiful chart. It looks like a flower. If I could get those passed around, they're on each of your tables. That would be great. Okay. So for those of you who are more visual and how you receive information and list people, I'm going to invite you to stretch a little bit in this way too, because when we can use both right and left side of our brains, we're activating more neurons and we'll retain more. So I'm going to encourage all of us to stretch a little bit. So for our non-list people, non-linear, we have this beautiful chart. And there's something really important that goes in the center. Who knows what goes in the center? You go in the center. Exactly. So put your name in the center. And a heart. Woo. And I want us to take a moment to give ourselves some love. Give ourselves a hug. Breathing that in. Remembering to allow support around us all day long. So anytime you're feeling you need a little boost, remember you can give yourself a hug. Or you can put both hands on your heart. Breathing and bringing yourself present. Both work really, really well. So remember to support yourself throughout the day and keep giving yourself love. And by the way, that's transferable. You can take that with you and use that. Oh, each petal represents one of our amazing speakers or programs throughout the day. So as each speaker shares, you can capture however that information comes to you right on that petal. By the end of the day, you're going to have a visual representation, a one-page summary of today that you can take with you, can put on your wall. It can become part of your visioning that you're bringing forth, and you can use that in your life. So the first speaker is Dr. Maluna. Woo! Stand up, wave your hand. There we go. Dr. Maluna, welcome. And then the next speaker will be, we don't know who this is. It will be Rebecca, right? Exactly. Oh, see, I keep blurring. There we go. RB, that stands for our amazing Rosie Banks. Woo! Great. We have lots of R's today. And then our next amazing speaker, Robin Perry Braun. Woo! And then we have a special showcase that we're going to be doing towards the end of the day called the Influencer Showcase. And I know there'll be some great insights there for you as well. And then you notice these two petals, or leaves, I should say. We just went through the petals, the leaves. Did we notice them? Okay. Because it's a planted, living flower. So I'm going to encourage you to make two new connections today. One represented by each leaf, and actually have them sign, because it's a connection, that means you're connecting and interacting. Have them put their name and sign your flower chart. This way you can take their energy with you in that reminder of that connection and that support as you go throughout your life. Does that sound good? Okay. So enjoy building your flower throughout the day. Enjoy making lists of things that you can take action on, because don't we want to stretch? Have some transformation and growth. That's why we're here. Because it's a big deal when we invest a full Saturday in ourselves. So I want you ready to receive everything that is here for you. And I'm going to keep sharing that because I know you're here for a reason. I know there is something here for you. But sometimes we can get a little distracted. We can miss things right in front of us. So that's why I'm going to remind you throughout the day. So remember to keep it top of mind. And we're actually going to take a moment a little bit later on and set intentions so you can have it top of mind what it is that's on your heart that you are here to receive. Does that sound good? Okay. But a few more housekeeping items before we get there. I've invited all of our speakers, and I want to invite all of you to be willing to share from the heart, to connect in that way. And when we do that, when we're not filtering everything through our mind, trying to do everything, quote unquote, just right, we can sometimes say the opposite of what we mean because we're coming right from the heart. Sometimes we can stumble and we can trip. And when that happens, what can happen is we can start having this talk go on in our head. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I did that. They're not going to believe anything I said. And it's like my body will still be here, but somehow I'm somewhere else, totally disconnected. And that can happen when we're sharing with others too, and standing up and being seen in new ways. So what I would love us to do is to remind each of us, including ourselves, that in those moments when we're authentic, when we're transparent, when we're perfect in our imperfections, when we're sharing who we are, is truly a beautiful, perfect moment. And so when those moments happen, not if, when those moments happen, I want us to say this phrase: you are so beautiful. Because we are, even in those moments. And we forget. And I want to do this with you because I want to make this muscle really, really strong. And this is another one of those things you can take with you. This can leave Summer Star. You can every day remind yourself that you are so beautiful. And you can pass that along and you can share it out. So let's try this. Oh my goodness, I tore my paper. Do you see how I even pricked up a little bit? I leaned in. I'm coming closer. So often when someone pays us a compliment, we brush it off. Oh, they just got a good side, a good angle. They don't really know. And we try to override it. And I want to encourage us to receive. When somebody pays us that compliment, we make eye contact, we lean in, and we receive it into our very toes. Can we do that? Okay, let's try this one more time. I dropped my book. Okay, good. I think we're ready. So I want you to turn to neighbor, make eye contact, and on the count of 3, I don't have to split your eyes there at this table. Ready? 1, 2, 3. You are. Yay, beautiful. Now, let's find another neighbor. Let's do this again. 1, 2, 3. You are. Oh, love it, love it. Do you feel the energy rising? I love it when we share a truth like that and we share love. It is powerful. And I saw people receiving. I saw smiles light up people's faces. Beautiful. So throughout the day, let's use this tool. Let's use this reminder and receive it. Another thing I've noticed is that sometimes we're letting things that have happened outside of the room distract us from what's in the room here to receive. Maybe there's traffic on the way that we're coming here. There's the to-do list, the unexpected things that we're having to address, and that we're sitting here in body, our heartbeat's starting to increase a little bit, and our mind's racing, and we're busy making lists, especially list people. We're making lists of all the things we need to do. Oh, and what was just said? And we miss it. So I'm going to encourage us to gather all of these distractions, all of these things, and we're going to put them into safekeeping. You can pick them up later. Does that sound good? Yep. Okay, so let's stand for this. All right, let's take a breath. Okay, come back in the room. Eyes open. There's food, there's air conditioning, there's wandering. Your items that are wanting attention will get lots of attention over there, and you know exactly where to pick them up if you choose to pick all of them up on your way home, but they are in safekeeping. Sound good? Okay, let's go ahead and have a seat. And now that we have created a little bit of space within us and focus and presence ready to receive, I want to remind you of something. You have said yes multiple times leading to being here today. You said yes when you heard about the event. You said yes when you registered. Yes again when a confirmation was sent. Yes yet again when the reminders were sent. And then yes again when you came this morning. That's how I know there is something here for you. And that yes is sacred. And so I want you to honor it for yourself as well, so that you can receive everything that is here for you. But to support that, I want to give you some frameworks so that you have this way to hold the information that's going to come today. Does that sound good? Okay, great. So one of them are these flower pens. If you look around the room, I want you to notice every single one of them is different. They're handmade with love by me. This is something my grandmother used to do. And it was her way of brightening people's days. And she would have different themes for different times of the year that she would tie it into. And one day I watched her making these flower pens, and I realized something. This is just like us. Each of us beautifully and wonderfully made on purpose and for a purpose. And we all have our different colors, our different textures, our different scents, our different ways that we show up in the world, in different seasons, in different ways we show up in those seasons. I thought, how beautiful. To me, this flower represents the place that we get to play in the garden of life. So I want you to remember that throughout the day. And here's something else. Can I have you all stand again and hold your flower pens up? Notice all the colors, how vibrant the garden is when we show up, when we're willing to hold ourselves up. No one else is holding us up. We're holding ourselves up, shining and sharing. Now drop a couple of these flower pens down. Wow, the garden just became less vibrant. We're still occupying the same space. And that's what happens when we hide. So I want to encourage you to remember this visual, that we have this opportunity to show up, to be seen, to shine, and be willing to shine your beautiful blossom, your beautiful gifts, your beautiful talents out in the world. So can we hold them up? And I want us to say something. I'm ready. I'm willing. To Shine. Beautiful. Okay, good. So you can go ahead and have a seat. So you can also use these to take notes. So one of the things I want to encourage you to do throughout the day is look for opportunities to share a little bit more of you, to shine your unique colors and textures. We can so often see the flower and the beauty in someone else. Sometimes we forget to look at what's in our arm, what's within us, and see it within ourselves. So remember to look in the mirror. Remember to see the beauty of who you are and look for opportunities to share your gifts out. And then I had a cat, Nina, who taught me something about showing up, about being seen. And she had this special way of entering a room. And I've never had a cat before or since do this. But Nina would enter a room and she pranced. She'd prance into the room. And she'd wait at the entrance, tail up, head up, silently, and she'd just wait. And if you didn't notice her after a time, she would chirp. She didn't really meow, so she chirped like, ahem. And once you saw her and you acknowledged her, then she went about her cat business and she was fine. But she made an entrance everywhere she went, upstairs, downstairs, every room. And I watched this time and time again. I thought it was fascinating. I thought, I wonder what that's like. So I thought I would try it out. I work from home, and a lot of the things I do are on radio or that sort of thing, so there's not always a camera involved, as these events there are. So sometimes I'm wearing everything sparkly I own just 'cause. And a ball gown, because it felt good that day. Other times I might be wearing pajamas and like the green facial. Those are not always my husband's favorite days to come home. He likes the ball gown day better. But he's learned to kind of flow with the unexpected. So I was thinking about this ta-da activity that Nina does. I thought, well, this might be fun. So I waited till my husband got home. He's downstairs, my office and everything is upstairs. And I waited till he was busy doing something. And then I crept down the stairs. I was looking good. I had dolled myself all up. And I waited at the bottom of the stairs. And I waited. And I waited. So I thought, what would Nina do? So I went, and he kind of looks up. I go, don't I look good? Yeah, honey, you look great. My intention for you, and I shared this morning with the speakers, we always have a time where we gather and connect heart to heart. But my intention is for you to receive everything that is here for you and more. I want you to be excited and unexpectedly surprised at all that comes to you. And at the end of the day, I want you filled to overflowing in a beautiful way, not the overwhelmed way, like the beautiful way where you're so nourished, you're so filled. There's just more that you have to share out, and it just pours off of you, and you get to echo that out into your life and world. That is my intention, and that is my goal, and how I hope that you are served today. Are you willing to receive that? Yes. Okay, let's breathe that in. Wonderful. Good. And I want to give us an opportunity to set our own intention for the day and what's being spoken into your heart, into your spirit, that we're able to feel into that. We can get so busy moving and doing that we don't always stop, pause, and listen. So you're going to find opportunities throughout the day to stop, pause, listen, and integrate. We'll give you those moments so that you can have what's being shared and poured into your spirit actually become part of you real time, not just on the to-do list. Does that sound good? Yes. Okay, so it starts with setting intentions though. So let's take a moment, close our eyes, deep breath. And when I'm saying these deep breaths, I mean like all the way to the belly, like see how big you can make your belly. Breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. This helps bring us present oxygen to every body. Keep breathing, every cell. Which lowers stress levels, our cortisol levels, which helps us be open to receive. Now put one hand on your heart, one hand on your head, bringing you all in, mind, body, soul, and spirit. Another deep breath. Wonderful. What is it that you need today? What is it that you need to encourage you, empower you, support you? What is it that you need and are willing to receive because you have choice? Need, willing to receive, and unattached to how it may come. Open to being surprised how that need is met. So what is it that you need and are willing to receive? Okay, come back into the room when you have that information, and I invite you to write it down. So easy to get distracted, to forget. I want you to have it top of mind. Put it on paper somewhere where you can see it. Top of mind. So I have an extra credit bonus opportunity already. We have our intention down. I suspect most of you, not your intention, what you need and are willing to receive. I suspect most of you wrote it with your dominant hand, the hand you normally write with. Is that correct? Okay. Put the writing utensil in the other hand. Take a breath. Is there anything else to add to that intention and see what your non-dominant hand adds? I'm hearing some laughing, some additional information. It can come out a little different with the non-dominant hand. But what we did is we just accessed another part of our brain. When we go to writing things, we're very accustomed to doing it a certain way. But when we can actually utilize both the right and left, both parts of our brain, we can get amazing insight and information. So look at what you wrote. Try to read it with a non-dominant hand too. And as you look, what intention do you want to form around this for today? What is your intention for today? Maybe a little bit different than why you thought you were here or why you signed up. What is the intention being laid on your heart with this information now that you would like to claim for today and set for today? I encourage you to write down the intention. And here's an opportunity that I'm going to give you to be supported with this intention. We're going to go around the room. Every person is going to be handed a microphone, and yes, we do ask you to use the microphone so everyone can hear you easily and clearly. We'll have you stand and share who you are, your name, what your intention is on the level that you're comfortable sharing. This allows us as a community to lift it up with you and support you throughout today on this very thing you're needing and willing to receive. And if you still have time, you're going to have 30 seconds. You can share where you're from and then what you do. Too often we lead with what we do. And I'd love for you to share that. But let's start with that heart connection, who you are and how we can serve and support you first. And then we can have you share what you do. So wasn't it nice to meet everyone? Yes. Yeah. And really from that heart place of connection and learning about each other in that heart space. So what I'd love for us to do is to take a moment to breathe all of those beautiful intentions in. Let's breathe that in again and then hold them in our heart. Sending each intention and each person with that intention love and support. Then breathe that out. Beautiful. Picture it mingling and mixing with everybody's intention and love and support. And let's stand up for this. because we've just created a beautiful mixture that we get to saturate ourselves in all day long. That support, those intentions being lifted up, being connected with authentically and powerfully. So let's breathe that rich mixture in. Feel it fill you, hold it in your heart, send it a hug, and then out. And let's breathe it in one more time. Beautiful. So anytime throughout the day, if you're feeling a little bit disconnected or you're needing a little bit of a boost, you can breathe this rich mixture in that we've created, that we can receive, that we can pull inside us. And you can take a scoop of it with you when you leave as well, because you are supported. We are here with you, heart to heart, connected, excited to be here, excited to see you, excited to be able to connect. And in fact, what we're going to do is in just a few minutes, we're actually going to take a break where you get to mingle and connect now that we know a little bit more about each other and take things to a deeper level. Does that sound good? Are you a speaker looking to reach more people with your message? You have a global vision that you want to touch the world and make a global difference. If so, I have an amazing opportunity for you. It's called the Speaker Talent Search. Again, that's the speakertalentsearch.com. You'll find all the details, but here are the highlights. With one application process, you get clarity on your message. You get to fine-tune how you want to reach the world. Then you'll have everything ready in one place for the opportunities when they come. Second, we select you as a finalist. You get to come in and audition with a 7-minute audition, open up the door to hundreds of speaking opportunities. I hope you lean in. I hope you say yes. We would love to hear your message. Help you touch the world powerfully. Again, that's the speakertalentsearch.com. We look forward to hearing your powerful message.